Life in a world that keeps changing. Think that it's progress you're making. Copy and paste pretty faces all the time. Pictures so perfect we play.
Hello everyone, welcome to Anointed Lady TV, the home of news and politics. If it is your first time in this channel, you are highly welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. And if you like what we do on this channel, hit on the subscribe button, also put on the notification bell so you'll be notified by YouTube anytime we drop a new video. And if you are returning subscribers, thank you very much for always coming back to watch our videos. On this platform, we drop videos every day and we react to every video that come our way. And on this very video, I will be watching with you. And after watching, let's go to the comment section and drop our opinion constructively. Like our videos and also share our videos if possible. See you next time in my next video.
Investigation revealed clear indication of political interference and hidden agendas leading to compromise decision where the same tribunal is giving contradictory judgment on the same issue. Democratic principles form the cornerstone of a progressive society, empowering citizens to choose their leaders freely and fairly. Nigeria, as a vibrant and dynamic nation, must embrace the principles of transparency and accountability to cultivate an environment where citizen voices and values are respected. The Presidential Election Petition Court has already ruled and spelled out the section of the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria how an elected public officer can be disqualified. Since the Presidential Election Tribunal has no jurisdiction on the pre-election matter, how come that the Plateau State National Assembly Election Petition Tribunal have jurisdiction on the same pre-election matter?
As much as those judgments are subject to a review at the appeal court, some conflicting judgments have left laymen confused and lawyers also bewildered. For example, whereas the Supreme Court had, in a plethora of cases, held that candidates' nomination is an internal affair of a political party, some of the tribunals appeared to have ignored this decision. The inconsistency has then raised the issue of double standard and uncertainties in electoral jurisprudence, and others are insinuating corruption. For a review of the situation, let's bring in our analyst, Frank Tete. Frank, been a while. Thank you for coming to Newsnight. Good to see you. Well, let's try to play the devil's advocate here. Someone's saying it's double standard on the path of the judiciary. Someone's saying, well, not only double standard, it's also fueled by corruption, and why would they have the confidence to go against whatever the Supreme Court lays as a precedence? Speak to us about these inconsistencies.
Well, I think it's more of mischief than being inconsistent, and then also a high level of pretentious incompetence, in the sense that there is
part, sorry, just to be clear,
on the parts of the courts.
Okay.
Because there is a presumption that the court has judicial notice of every law that is in Nigeria and every piece of decision that has been made by the Supreme Court. Now, even when a court is about to give a judgment, and in that same very morning, it gets a notice of a superior order or position of the Supreme Court, it has to conform its judgment to the position of the Supreme Court. And that is the principle of we call stare decisis, that is, stay by the decision of the superior court. So a tribunal is bound by the decision of the Court of Appeal as much as the Court of Appeal is bound by the decision of the Supreme Court. So it's unpatriotic, it is not only mischievous, but borders on something that is incomprehensible for a judge in Nigeria to realize the principle of stare decisis and that of judicial precedent and disregard it. But there are often reasons why they do so. In this case, but again, if you look at the clear provisions of the of the judgment that has been delivered against on Tinubu's presidency, particularly on the petition of APM and that of the Labour Party, you wouldn't in any way we expect a tribunal to decide still that matters that had to do with the internal affairs of a political party, and with regards to the processes that led to the selection of a candidate of another party, a candidate of a different party cannot make that the fulcrum of his of his approaching of his petition. And that's so clear. And to don't think that several decisions have recently come out after the Court of Appeal has made that decision becomes very, very dangerous. And I think is a very serious matter for the National Judicial Council to really address.
I'd actually like you to take it up from there. I mean, this group is calling on the NJC to review some of these judgments. I'd like you to talk about that. And is there a bandwagon effect? I mean, since the Pepti decision on APC and Tinubu, is that what seems to be playing out here?
Well, sometimes
the ruling party seems to be the greater beneficiary of
not necessarily. Perhaps the tides of the time are in its favor. However, if you look at the provisions of Section 134 of the Electoral Act, that says, in presenting a petition before the tribunal, one of the key issues, the basis for which you can present that tribunal, is to challenge the fact that the candidate at that time was qualified to participate in the election. And that becomes a basis why they say, let us actually look at the basis of his candidature or his nomination. However, the court has in several times since 2016 and copiously with regards to the 2022 Electoral Act stated that such matters that deal with the nomination of an aspirant are pre-election matters and cannot be matters before the tribunal. Now, when you are referring to a bandwagon effect that is happening to Gochire, it's now happening to Benila, it even happened even in Delta State with regards to that of Ilumelu, who is a beneficiary but has now become very threatened in the wake of the decision by the Court of Appeal. Now, the challenge therefore it's as if we are turning against the principle of law being the guide for certainty in our society. It shouldn't be, law is supposed to cure confusion. Right. You should be able to know that, yes, I am a loser in this matter. I don't need to even go to court. But it's as if we are reducing the court to a gambling spree, where in colloquial terms, people go and try a luck because it's like a kalo thing. You can't reduce Nigeria's judiciary to that kind of thing.
So how do you get back the judiciary to not just pass judgment, but to actually give justice?
There is a trend now when you see courts of appeal, that is the Court of Appeal and the Supreme Court, now imposing very serious punitive cost against frivolous petitions and frivolous cases that are put before it. The expectation is that there should be some reasonable apprehension, some reasonable understanding of the law by those lawyers, by those litigants that approach the court with regards to needless petitions and needless basis and unfounded grounds for actually trying to waste the time of the court or invoking the jurisdiction of the court. So the first thing, you see, they said all eyes on the judiciary, but we never saw all eyes on INEC, and we never saw all eyes on the political parties. We abandoned the political parties to ride roughshod of plain simple rules that were prescribed in the Electoral Act, and then we allowed INEC to disregard and then to double speak in the first place, and went to the election, and suddenly we just have to come and heap all the the responsibility on the judiciary, thinking that it's going to cure all the mess. And so it is not fair to think that the judiciary will provide all of these solutions, whereas there are other institutions that are hell-bent on creating problems, deceiving Nigerians, engaged in double speak and then prevarications, particularly INEC. So if you see, it's fundamental that if we want to remove this debacle, this uncertainty, this unpredictability with regards to our law, which will not create this kind of confusion and trouble that we are facing in our governance, first, INEC should be able to conduct, again, it's now become stereotyped, free, fair, and credible elections. So that's the problem.
Frank, you're saying that if we tighten the front end properly with INEC, then the back end with the judiciary would not be a challenge. Anyway, quite a little unfortunate, if you ask me, that the agency cannot intervene without being petitioned to do so. Are there other ways we can put out a voice out there, the masses, to the NJC to be invoked?
I don't think so. A responsible institution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria should realize a problem and then, without the prompting of an aggrieved party, should actually address it. Judiciary has been a scapegoat. You need to see, prior to the decision of the Court of Appeal, and even after the decision of the Court of Appeal, the judiciary keeps the vibe, the perception of the judiciary is that it's a corrupt institution. Yeah. It's an institution that is driven by interest, by persons who actually man the judiciary, actually pandering to the interest of those who have money and who have political power. Whereas I work as a practicing lawyer, I realize clearly that 90% of the judicial officers that we appear before are men of high integrity and very serious intellectual prowess. Nevertheless, this perception of corruption over the judiciary is as a result of the fact that the NJC doesn't appear to often on its own take proactive measures to instill discipline. When a lawyer carries out any form of misconduct, he's punished, or he's tried by the legal practitioners disciplinary committee. The same thing with the senior advocate. Why is it that it's for judges that will now give the impression that they're pretending that the Supreme Court has not made a decision, and then literally deceive and mislead the public with a decision that is contrary? Such a thing should not require any petition, but the NJC must, as in the times where we had courts of coordinate jurisdiction issuing contrary orders and making a mockery of the judiciary, the NJC must act on its own. As we say it in law, must act suo motu.
All right, very quickly. Samson Uwaifo, most respected, retired justice of Nigeria Supreme Court, he said, is more harmful to the society, that is the corrupt judiciary, is more harmful to the society than a man who runs amok with a dagger in a crowded street. An independent report says actually between 2018 and 2020 that judiciary had about 9 billion naira, exchanging hands.
Frank,
there you go.
So we already discussed some of the issues raised in that report. But in any case, the bottom line now is that whatever happened during an election, whatever happened with INEC's outing or performance, the last resort, the last hope of the common man is the court. How then can we restore dignity and indeed trust in the court system?
The learned jurist Lord Denning stated that justice is rooted in confidence, and confidence is lost when a reasonable man leaves the court with not perceiving that justice has been served. So there's a huge burden on the administration of justice system in our country to instill, to engender that sense of confidence in the work that he does. But we're not saying it. I must say, I have taken a lot of time to defend Nigeria's judiciary because I'm a player in that industry. But again, sometimes, truth be told, that when clear principles of law are being disregarded and jettisoned in such reckless manner, you heard the learned senior advocate Alice Agbakuba bemoaning the level of degradation in Nigeria's judiciary when he said you needed to look at the trepidation that greeted whenever the justice of the Supreme Court entered the chambers. You needed, because you know that they were going to pronounce their pronouncements a determination of the direction of the entire destiny of a country. But gone are those days. That reverence for the High Court judge, for the courts, the justices of the Court of Appeal and Supreme Court justice, that reverence has been lost. So it may not be their fault, but because of the unnecessary inundation of the judiciary with frivolous cases. And again, why should it be that it's just enough? Many of those cases, many of those decisions were given by the tribunal will certainly be overturned if we were to have a law that is certain at the Court of Appeal and certainly at the Supreme Court. The reason is that Law should be predictable. Law should not be something that is as a result of knowing the judge. Let's throw away that terrible statement that a good lawyer is the one who knows the law, but you know, a great lawyer is the one who knows the judge. What a very nefarious and sinister statement is that. That is, you must know a judge before you win a case in Nigeria. Look at how the justices deprecated some of the best of lawyers we have in this country at the last you know, judgment of the Court of Appeal. That was unnecessary. State the law. You're not there to defend yourself as a judge. For goodness sake, there is a lot that hangs when justice prevails over a country. But when it's lost, there is a whole lot, a price to pay if there is no certainty, if there is no hope that a common man or even whoever it is can find justice in a country. It's a crucial and critical situation, and the judiciary has to rise up to this very, very serious problem that is facing now. It's a crisis of confidence indeed.
So guys, if you notice, I really don't want to talk much about this video. That is why I have been very quiet listening to this guy. Allah and American are listening to the guy. But where I want to come in and correct him is where he mentioned that there was people, when he talked about all eyes on the judiciary, that people did not come out to say all eyes on the political parties and all eyes on INEC. I want to correct you, sir. Nigerians we came out in showing our interest and in participation. They might not use the phrase all eyes on INEC or all eyes on political parties, but remember that when it was time for Nigerians to go and register, there was a flood of people, especially the younger generation, going out to register for their permanent voters card so that they can participate in the election. That on its own was a sign. It's enough all eyes. So the phrase for all eyes, you know, today start. It come as the trend. When he went to political parties, when they saw the caliber of people, the character of the candidates of the different parties, they moved towards P2B. That was enough all eyes on political parties. Now, when it was INEC's turn, Nigerians were all, our eyes was on INEC. That was where the phrase obedient movement came outside. So you must not say it must be all eyes on. When it was time for judiciary, a phrase for judiciary came outside. All eyes on the judiciary. And I want to correct you again, sir. The movement is not even about P2P. It is about good governance. Nigerians are hungry to be governed properly. We want to elect a leader that will listen to the people, that will work to the benefit of Nigeria, that will put this Nigeria in order for all of us to benefit in. So, no be today. It did not start with judiciary. Our eyes, Nigerians' eyes, has been in the entire process. And trust me, you can only give them credit because they are law-abiding people. You don't expect them to leave when it was a voters card registration period and move to political parties. They followed the trend until now. Very soon, it will be all eyes on Supreme Court. So guys, like I said, I don't want to talk much for this video. Man, let me know what I think about this for comment section. The statement he made, there were very good points that he made. Let us know your opinion. Let us participate. Ear when they hear what? When they cut in neck one day, the ear go follow the head come out. So it's important that we all participate. Lend your voice. You can't afford to be inside water, then soap enter your eye. That will be the greatest disservice you'll be doing to yourself. So make sure you also share this video. Let it get to everybody, every Nigerian, every African, both within and in diaspora. We are more aware now. We should not get tired. Obedient. We should not get tired. Okay, it's a progressive thing. Yes, make sure you share this. Let it get to everybody, every Tom, Dick, and Harry. Within and in diaspora, we all deserve to know what is happening in our political space. Thank you very much, and I will see you in my next post. Bye for now.
Ladies and gentlemen, good day, my brothers and sisters, my mommies and my daddies over there. Is your sister again, your doctor, your friend, your girl, Anointed Lady TV. Please, if today is your first time of coming across my YouTube channel, please do subscribe for me. Subscribe and turn on the notification bell. So each time I upload any video, you will be notified. So in this my channel, I will be bringing up many things to you in which you will benefit from it. I do talk show, I do news, anything you want to talk about, I am into it. Please subscribe and turn on the notification bell. So each time I upload any video or each time I'm on live on YouTube, you will be notified. Thank you very much for always being there for me. Please do subscribe for me, and as you do so, God will richly bless you and meet your heart desire. Thank you very much. I love you all. Yes, so my people, as I tell una say I go come back, I don't come back. Una welcome back. As una see that video, una watch, how una see am. I want una leave una comment for the comment section there. Una tell me how una see the matter, whether it good or it bad. If it good, make una let me know. If it still bad, make una still let me know. I need to bring and come give una wey be my people wey dey here. Make una follow me shook mouth put whether it dey good or it dey bad. So if it dey right, una still leave una comment below. If it dey bad, una still leave una comment below. Una remember say everybody gets freedom of speech. Okay, all right. Thank you very much. So if you dey watch me, you never subscribe, my brother, sister, I beg you in the name of God, make you hit that red button and turn on the notification bell. So each time I upload any video, you will get notification and you will constantly watch me. Thank you very much. See you again in my other video. I love you all. Bye bye.